Welcome to the Deeps. This is Mabiko's DeepSea radio channel, the echoing whispers beneath the waves. I'm Mabiko from Shaberu Vice. Glad to have your ears. Today's episode is about a band. If you are not using music to say something, what's the fucking point? Put your guitar back on its stand and back up. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering. People have debated for decades where this line actually came from, whether from Nietzsche, the German philosopher, or DMX, the American hip-hop legend. Either way, this existentialistic quote turns the idea of living into something both poetic and violent. Hot Milk, an emo power pop band from Manchester, UK, channels their own meaning through music that stares directly into the abyss. Their story began in a North London bar in 2016, where founding members Hammy and Jinjo click instantly. Under the clinking glasses, their lives veered onto a new path. Why? An acoustic guitar, and two souls desperate to speak. With Manchester's heavy grey rain around them, they wrote songs about life, themselves, and society. Anyone hearing Hot Milk for the first time will ask two questions. Wow, cool, what is this band? And immediately after that, why are they called Hot Milk? Hammy once explained that they simply needed a name. 2 bottles of wine later, then landed on a short punch one. No hidden meaning, she just thought it sounded cool. Still, in a later interview with Karen, they offered another angle. If you wanted to harm a politician, but not actually harm them, you could throw a fiery bit of milk at them. It's no violence, but it makes them smell all day. Ham laughed. It's short, snappy, and kind of unorthodox. No violence. Maybe that's another definition of rock. Hot Milk house their boiling critics, not only inward but outward at society. Their first full length, A Call to the Void, is an exhausting self-autopsy and a scream into the mirror. Their latest record, Corporation POP, pours satire and fury onto the brutal realities of modern life. Their angle shifts, yes, but every track still carries that snot-nosed vibe. County hypocrisy wide open, then gathering the shots and building songs that punch straight through you. Listening to Hot Milk means being hit first by their stylistic range, and then by lyric vivid enough to test. The strange bravery of leaving a toxic relationship in Take Your Jacket. The suffocating tug-of-war between loneliness and self-doubt in Breathing Underwater. The gunpowder sharp frustration with government and decay in insubordinate England. As Jim said in an interview, there's no genre for Hot Milk because every song is different. If we ever do a full length, people will be shocked by the diversity. Because at the end of the day, if a song's good, a song's good. We have said this since day one. Genre is a lie, Jim added. No one wants to confine themselves to a single sound. To him, the stage isn't just a place to perform. It's a family under construction. She says she connects with people easily. When everyone gathers, they share a moment that belongs to all of them. You are welcome, regardless of who you want to kiss, boys, girls, anyone. Whatever, you are welcome. We support each other and celebrate our existence. My mantra has always been, if you are not physically on the verge of being sick when you leave the stage, you haven't done enough. June said, we leave some skin up there. We leave a bit of our soul. Maybe every creator dreams of setting the world on fire, and of letting the ashes draft in their fancy's mind when the burnout day finally arrives. We can't see the future, but we can see this young UK band refusing to be extinguished by Manchester's rain. Instead, they've lit a wildfire and let it run loose across the world. My first time listening to Hot Milk was at the same time I started learning to sing. Singing was another trauma of my life. The reason I've held it for many years was a long story. The only thing you need to know is that I feel suffocated and terrified every time I sing in front of people since I was 15. But my desire for performing metal songs grew deeply in my mind. I couldn't get rid of it. I didn't want to get rid of it. Even though I feel truly painful about singing, I just couldn't give up. I knew it would be a hardcore war for me to start a new cause, but I still decided to dive in without any doubt. However, the whole process was so frustrating. I didn't even know how to use my throat to sing constantly in the correct way. I was beaten down seriously on the ground. As much as I practiced, I feel much stuck inside. If I'm doing something I love, why am I so hurtful? Am I really good enough to chase this goal? Or am I just overrating myself? Yes, I'm falling into deep and dark water. I feel suffocated and useless. It is so dark. Nobody is there. Nobody can hear me. Then there was the time I accidentally listened to breathing underwater. I don't want to say something like, listen will the light to my doctor, blah blah blah, because I'm still in the darkness. However, I generally feel they got me. They knew what was the feeling about sadness, frustration, and pain. I feel less lonely when I was listening to their music. Each line of the lyric is a bullet shooting through my soul. The pieces of my broken dreams and my shallow screams bleeding out from the holes trying to land. We are all born with loneliness. That's the destiny of being a human being. So we build relationships and bonds. People love saying things like finding someone who can bring you to see the bright views. That's not wrong, to be honest, but it looks good when I am under the sun. Who doesn't feel good when they are covered by light? However, you only see the real me when I am falling. All the disguises will drop out of my face. I don't need someone to hold my hand in the darkness, because I can't even stare straight at myself in the darkness. A weirdo like me can only test the same kind of understanding from music. Another fucking great song by them is Glass Spider. Sorry for the language. We are mature adults. Some awful words have benefits for our health. Anyway, this might be the top one on my hot milk list. Maybe some of you will think this is an emo love song, but it is exactly a self-sabotage dirge for me. The one that hurts us the most are always ourselves. Sometimes we all want to grab a rope to climb up, but our shadow takes it and strangles us. You can't even escape. How can we run away from our aggressive minds? Voices in your head are real. most of the time, we are our own worst enemy. I'm a habitual loser in my life, always struggled to get the hang of things. Did I put in the time? Yes. Did I do my best? Sure. Did I burn out? Every time. However, it was easier to miss the mark or do things the wrong way. So I became a chronically anxious person. People keep telling me that I was supposed to try harder, even when I was on the verge of breakdown. In that state, nobody could do anything successfully. Just like the lyric, I gave all my heart till it tore me apart. Would you feel better? I never learned how to learn. I just threw my entire strength until I got a bunch of mental injuries, or the reality tore my confidence apart. Being a loser isn't the scary part. The scary thing is that you know you will lose. Still work on it. The last thought I want to share with you is how do I make a devil fall asleep? What can I say? This is a perfect song as the first song shown in their new album. I love how they arrange the sections and build up the emotions and strength towards the end. I've told you that this album reflected UK society. It is a masterpiece about politics. And I think the problem existing in the UK are the same barriers other countries are facing. As an individual and a tiny part of a huge society system, we are holding the same feelings, earning a low pay, paying for the wild living costs, and being unable to afford anything you want. Maybe even worse, unemployed for a long term. The origin of rock was due to society's problems, so I really appreciate the musicians who is trying to use their voice and doing something for the world. It doesn't mean I think bands that do the same thing like this are lame. What I want to emphasize is that songs about ourselves are definitely important, but so are songs about society. Even if you think you are a lone wolf, you are still in this system. So there is no excuse to walk away. You don't need to do anything for real, but you need to think about it. At least twice or three times, okay? Anyways, this is my top band of 2024. I love them so much, and their songs really saved my life several times. So please go to your Spotify or YouTube Music and listen to them. If you don't have any account to listen to, just rob one. They are worth enough.